This is Just Cause 2, a single-player game from 15 years ago built on chaos, destruction, and mayhem that eventually transitioned into the online world. In 2013, a team of developers got together and took what was a single-player action RPG and turned it into an online free-for-all sandbox game. There were dozens of servers with different features for players to enjoy. Some were hardcore RP servers focused on faction wars and economics, while others were all about the fun of spawning in cars, planes, or whatever you wanted, and it was amazing. But like all good things, they must come to an end. As new games came out, slowly but surely, players in the Just Cause 2 multiplayer world began to drop off. Servers shut down, and videos of people's adventures stopped showing up on YouTube. As someone who lived for Just Cause 2 back in the day, this hurt. So I gave myself just 7 days to revive this game, and it turned out to be a lot harder than I expected. The first thing I did before trying to contact anyone was check if the servers were still online. And shockingly, they were. And they were empty. Like, really empty. As I toured the city and scaled every building I could find, I could feel the wave of nostalgia washing over me. But, as is often the case with nostalgia, first comes the happy memories, then comes the reality of how things change. It was like driving around your hometown only to find that everyone left. Does anyone still remember this game? Despite seeing the empty servers and quiet landscapes, I still had hope for the revival of Panau. I checked the official JC2MP Discord, and it was also dead. Supposedly there are 1,600 members in the server, but only a small handful are online, and even less are active. Oddly, I wasn't the only one who wanted to relive the glory days. I tried replying to someone in the general chat to see if they'd bite, but still, nothing. I guess you really can't go back home. By day 3, I decided I needed to take action. I had friends, my own Discord server, and a friend with his own Discord server. It's Marno. So I lit the bat signal in the hopes of getting some help reviving at least one of the servers. The problem with sandbox games is while they're incredibly fun for a while, eventually the joy tapers off. Some people continue to play out of tradition or technical limitations, but even they are doomed to be alone in time, and I felt that deeply. The Just Cause 2 multiplayer mod came out right as I finished high school, so it was the perfect game for me to kill some time over summer while working to save up for college. Many nights were spent blowing up cars, silos, or just riding around with strangers having the time of our lives. The beauty of a game like this is the creativity falls on the player. Sure, you have infinite resources in front of you, but if you don't use them, the appeal dies and you move on. For a while, Just Cause 2 was flooded with creative people that hosted takeovers, races, and even dogfights, all in good fun. When the canvas is blank and the opportunities are unlimited, you really are staring at what could be your golden age. Even in the early 2010s, I knew I was in the good old days. But how do I get it back? On day 4, I was joined by a friend. Meet Danny. He's the opposite of an explosives technician and thinks safety is for chumps. Having never played Just Cause 2 in his life, I decided to give him a tour. The thing about open world games is they perfectly represent the free will of mankind. In the case of a sandbox game like Just Cause 2 that gives you unrestricted access to every weapon in the game with virtually no incentive to not use them, this is the result. In less than 30 minutes, we both divulged into chaos, creating more destruction than the servers had seen in years. But still, we wondered, what if we had more people with us? After a considerable time planning the best schedule for everyone, and in a combined effort between multiple Discord servers, we finally had assembled a team. Let the chaos begin.
How do I always choose the worst vehicle? Oh, I cried. It's nothing, Fred, it's nothing personal, man. I'm just thinking. It's nothing personal.
For several hours, we blasted each other to bits by flying planes, revving buses, and even helping each other get rare achievements. It was the most fun we'd had together in ages, and it was all possible thanks to a game that's almost old enough to drive. In a matter of minutes, when we joined the servers, we had more than tripled the player count. Once again, Panau was living, breathing, and blowing up. After all the chaos had settled down and the work week began, everyone became occupied and unavailable, so I took the time to join the servers one more time to say goodbye to a part of me that will be missed. Even though I achieved my goal of reviving the servers on a small scale, things still felt hollow. But it made me think. Games die for many reasons. In most cases, it's the publisher or developer shooting themselves in the foot by failing to support what they'd created. But with games like Just Cause 2, I think we all just grew up. We found jobs, went to school, we found purpose. And even though we may not go online as much as we used to, the community still holds a spot for us right here in Panau.